All right, everybody, it's Dale Jr. back again for another episode of the Dale Jr. Download with my co-host, TJ Majors, and this episode is brought to you by Safety Culture. We're going to talk about Daytona, Richmond, old tires, playoffs.
Wrecks.
Who's to blame for wrecks?
Yeah.
We're going to do some Dirty Mo Doe. We're going to do Ask Junior. It's going to be a great show. Let's get going. The following is a production of Dirty Mo Media. Hey everybody, it's Dale Jr. back again for another episode of the Dale Jr. Download. My co-host TJ Majors, and it's an episode of Dirty Air on Tuesday. We are back in the studio. What the hell are we going to talk about this week?
Playoffs.
Yeah.
Playoffs.
Yeah, we'll talk about playoffs, talk about a little bit of everything else. Let's get started. The presenting sponsor for this episode of the Dale Jr. Download is Safety Culture, the workplace operations tool giving teams from the racetrack to the factory floor what they need to get the job done quicker and improve every day. Safety Culture. You've seen them on the side of some race cars. I think they're got a little partnership with Trackhouse.
SVG crushing it for them.
There you go. SVG. Thanks for chiming in and joining me in this conversation.
You're welcome, Dale.
Safety Culture.
Yeah, I can count on you every now and then.
I don't know about that.
You, not so much.
Safety Culture.
You, not so much.
Safety Culture.
TJ, the commissioner of the college football.
I might drag it out some more if you keep the gets you wound up.
He's commissioner of the league that we're playing in. We're trying to play the new college 26 has been out 2 months now.
Something like that.
Yeah, we're still trying to start our dynasty because TJ's waiting on all his buddies to come in, taking everybody's sweet ass time.
If you're new, you gotta be on time. You can't be the guy slacking.
TJ's just like, oh man, I gotta wait on this guy. He just bought a PlayStation, supposed to be here tomorrow. I'm like, what are we doing?
Oh no, you can't wait for that.
What are we doing?
It's one thing if it was like Brad, who's like, he was racing Saturday, didn't get back late, he had a kid. Like
there's a couple guys, and we're to the end of it. So you're just trying to do the right thing.
It already sounds like.
There is a couple members.
There's a couple guys.
He's going to have a different argument when he has something to go to work and do and wants me to hold the league up and not advance it. So keep this in your mind. Keep this in mind.
That's like a day. You've held this league up for a month.
No. One time I went about 6 days waiting for you. It was a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're going to write this down because this is going to happen.
Write this down.
This will come back.
This will come back.
Mm-hmm. Hey, I'm racing this weekend. I can't go.
That's a fair excuse.
Yeah.
Okay, that's one of like 25.
Racing and needing one day is different than
holding up
buying
a PlayStation for a guy's Xbox to come in.
One guy holding up 25.
That's what's happening.
No, that's what's gonna happen.
It's already happened right now. This guy's a new guy.
Listen,
he's already got a bad reputation.
Everyone keeps quiet when we gotta wait for you. So I expect you to do the same.
I'm the busiest you got in the league. You should wait for me sometime.
Jeez,
I got more going on than all y'all combined.
What are you doing this weekend?
A lot of
like what?
Racing.
Oh,
running a tour.
Okay, that's Friday night.
Yeah, I know, right? That's one damn day.
What are you gonna do Saturday? What are you gonna do Sunday?
Saturday, I might go to Hickory. Help Caden.
Oh, so this is just like
race Hickory.
Fun stuff.
No, Caden's a project. Possibly, he's kind of in the junior motorsports pipeline.
You're becoming a
Sorry,
project.
but Dale's trying to help the youth and grow the sport.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway,
TJ,
playoffs.
Yeah. TJ, I'm right. You're wrong. That's
I'm glad.
The theme.
Hey,
that's the theme of the last 20 years.
If you drive out of here thinking that, I'm happy for you.
All right. So let's get right into it, man. The Xfinity race for Zilisch and Kligerman.
Oh, yeah. Big race.
Yeah, pretty cool. So I called Parker. I was like, hey, man, I talked to everybody here at Junior Motorsports. They thought, man, that's a great idea. We were just trying to figure out like how to be ready for this was an unprecedented situation.
When did you call Parker?
I don't even remember. A couple days.
Pretty early, late, or yeah.
Pretty early, yeah. A couple days after the Glen.
Oh, gotcha.
We knew, I think I called maybe right before the surgery because I remember telling Parker, I was like, we're going to see how this surgery goes, but I think everything's pointing towards this, right? This process of, hopefully I knew that Connor wasn't going to race the whole race at Daytona. Mm-hmm. And I told Connor, I said, even if the doctor, said, whatever, you're good to go. I think you should avoid it because of the potential to crash is like 80%.
Yeah. It's not worth it.
No. He's got this sounds, I don't know how this will sound, but he's got this cup career, this big thing. I didn't know the announcement was the other day. We don't know all the details, but I knew it was coming. But he's got this cup career, and I mean, it's as cool as it is for him to have an opportunity to run for the Xfinity Series Championship. That's not as important as like making sure that he's healthy and we don't make this situation worse, right? So you could get greedy, go out there and double down and make this thing worse if he's getting a wreck. So we decided, no matter what, 99% chance that somebody else is going to have to drive the car. We were just hoping he would be able to get in to start it. There was a world where, he don't even get in the car. Like, I would be embarrassed if we handed him over to Trackhouse and he had a physical issue because we were like, we had to race him, got to go get that championship. And so it was, and he doesn't, he might understand it. I don't want to say he doesn't understand it, but he's eager to go show he's tough. He can race. I can handle this, right? If you'd have let him, he'd have probably ran the whole damn race at Daytona. But anyways, we called Parker, and Parker's like, oh man, let me see if I can talk to CW because he's got a job. And he's like, well, I wasn't going to travel to Portland. They do the CW broadcast from the studio. And he's like, I probably can't do that. So we knew that Portland wasn't an opportunity. And so Parker couldn't be available for that. But we still went with him for Daytona because he shows he's got the ability to run well there in the truck race. Almost, he won that race, got thrown out.
He's very competitive there.
Yeah, and same size, easy to work with. I know him as a person. He wasn't going to be a problem. He would be fun and enjoy it. And when I got to the racetrack and got in the hauler and was just kind of checking the vibe, I could tell right away. It was comfortable. Everybody was good. Parker knew his role. And none of us knew that day that, he's going to go out there and win a damn race. But we thought, we would have some fun and just want it to be good. At the end of the day, hopefully we're all happy with how this went. And I wanted Parker just to see our culture and our team and what we're about and experience that a little more uniquely than he has, right? He's been a competitor for years. He's covered us as a broadcaster and so forth. So, it worked out as good as it could, right? I mean, a couple things as far as, I think about it from an owner standpoint. There's a couple things with the 1 and the 8, getting spun out, but the 8 and the 1, they kind of come back, get reasonable results. Sammy worked really hard all night to get a good result. And Justin had a really solid car and was in position to try to get the win. Parker was also up front in position to get the win and was the one to get across the finish line first. So, pretty good night for Junior Motorsports. Really awesome to see Parker sort of be able to celebrate, everybody kind of felt like after the truck race, like, God dang, man, this kid's worked his ass off to sort of try to patch and put things together and give himself opportunity. He's also in this sort of flux of, man, maybe I'm not going to be a race car driver anymore. I'm going to go over here and do this media thing, which he's very good at. And that's I think, a very hard process to go through. I've seen a couple drivers that turn crew chief or turn engineer or turn something, right? That have a hard time sort of saying goodbye or closing the door on the driving part because, gosh, that's your dream. And I think when he goes to when Parker Kligerman goes and wins that truck race and then they take it away from him in the tech line, everybody was like, God, that sucks. God, let the guy have something, right? And this is so Parker to like have this happen to him. And so it was cool to have him go out there, win the race, get celebrated, be able to be happy. And even though it was unique circumstances. So anyways, yeah, I mean, I thought it was all awesome and Glad it happened. This has been a year of just weird, crew chief in the car at Pocono, Parker winning this race. There's a couple things this year that have just been strange, but wild and fun and good, but weird.
They've ended well.
Yeah.
Did your demeanor, how you were on the radio, change when Parker got in the car versus your other drivers?
I don't think so. I didn't really talk that much. I just asked Parker. There was one time I think Parker was clear, and I think the 21 was leading, and I think Parker was clear to the bottom to jump in front of the inside line and maybe get pushed to the lead, and he didn't. And I'm thinking, listen, I saw Austin Hill's comments. I guess he was thinking, man, why didn't they help us? They don't, Junior Motorsports. I just didn't feel like I had a lot of help from a lot of people
coming from that guy,
namely Junior Motorsports. I didn't read the comments, so I don't want to take it out of context. But with all due respect to Austin Hill, he's got the best track record in the Xfinity Series at Daytona, Talladega in the last handful of years. And
For sure. Yeah.
And so I tell my guys, I'm like, listen, if you want to run second, help Austin Hill. If you want to, if you push Austin Hill out into the lead with a couple laps to go, he's hard to get around.
Mm-hmm.
And so here it is, the quote right here. We never have the JRM cars help us, Hill said after being released from the Oakville Care Center. Doesn't matter if they're Chevy Alliance or not. They don't help us at all. They'd rather work with a Toyota or Ford than us. We really know that our backs are against the wall with the JRM cars. Yeah, I would agree with that. I tell our team, if you want to run second, help that 21 all you want. Yeah, you'll go to the front, but you won't. Your likelihood of beating him and winning the race, it kind of goes down. Your chances of winning the race go up when you don't help him, right? And so,
the one year we wrecked all 4 cars making sure he won the race.
Yeah, yeah. I just, it isn't so much personal as it is. Look, that guy's the one guy that's going to be the toughest to beat at that racetrack, and so you kind of have to learn over time that you do need to limit how much you help him.
Yeah, because if he's in front of you, you're not getting him.
It's a sign of respect.
If you're helping him, you're increasing his chance of winning the race. So, I tell him openly. I'm like, look, I wouldn't help the 21. I would try to do everything I could to make his day as difficult as possible, and at that particular racetrack. So, yeah, that's just kind of. Yeah, ended up working out good, and
that was probably the best solid finish for like all the JRM cars, like as a group together and stuff, like working with each other, and
that's right.
So that was good to see.
Yeah, I know that Connor announced his Cup deal to drive for Trackhouse next year. Everybody kind of knew that was coming.
Shocker!
Yeah,
I didn't see it coming.
There were a couple announcements over the weekend. I think all on the same day. There was the cover for the NASCAR 25 game with Byron and a couple other people on there. Who else is on there?
Blaney and Bell.
And then there was another announcement. The Ram.
Right?
Yeah.
So Kaulig has 5 trucks. Right? And so, listen.
It's a lot.
What?
It's a lot.
Yeah, it is. I think it's awesome.
No, it's yeah, me too.
So, I'm a little. I think it's awesome. I'm not going to sit here and say, well, I'd have done it this way, I'd done it that way. I think that I believe that there'll be some, I think there'll be a process of trying to like get that thing up to speed. But apparently, the motor is spec, so can the Dodge power plant do X, Y, and Z? That's another question for the Cup Series down the road when Dodge gets there. But the motor's covered. Basically, they're just going to take a bunch of trucks, they'll build some new trucks, maybe buy some trucks from Spire or whatever, and cut the nose and tail off of them and go racing, and they'll be fine. I bet that nose is a little different, but is it worse, better? It's probably not a big deal at some tracks, particularly the truck.
It could be better.
Yeah, it could be. So people are like, what do you expect in terms of performance? Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised. They come right out of the gate. They could win Daytona. They could have a great, they could come right out of the gate very competitive.
What do you think they do for drivers?
That's the question. So the truck announcement is great. Kaulig, great. 5 trucks, all those things, yes. Go on, motor down the road. My mind goes right to who do they put behind the wheel of those trucks. And so I would be looking at the Xfinity series for a couple. I would be looking at the Xfinity series for a couple drivers that are young, that look like they have real potential, that are also looking for opportunity. I would be calling every one of those young drivers in the Xfinity series. I would also be looking at the Cars Tour. I would be looking at local regional champions. We have Connor Hall in our late model stock car. I'd be calling Connor to see if he wanted to come drive a truck. He's a 2-time national champion, drives our late model stock car. The Cars Tour, I think, is where a lot of guys, I know it's my tour, I know I'm biased, but I think, there's some racecraft that develops there that Butterbean has been able to take into the ARCA series and go dominate. Josh Berry, I mean, the list goes on and on of drivers that have come out of there and are well-tuned and ready for the next step, right? And so I believe it would serve Ram, Kaulig, and everyone well to have a bit of a mix. Like you get yourself a surefire, can't miss veteran that can help you build the team, tell you where your trucks are and what you need and what you're feeling. You bring in some grassroots young guy that needs that opportunity that everybody would be excited about, and you kind of have a mix in between. Maybe a young kid that's currently in the truck series, maybe someone who's a project or a prospect out of the Xfinity series, that doesn't have a full-time deal for the next year. He would probably take a full-time truck ride with a Ram Kaulig partnership. The thing about it is I would look at this if I was the driver, especially some of these young guys. I would look at this like, look, this has absolutely got a direct path to the Cup Series.
For sure, if you perform and yeah, absolutely.
You can go to a lot of these other programs with it, whether it be Xfinity Series at Gibbs, Junior Motorsports, where all these other programs. There's a route to Cup, but it ain't direct. Like Josh Berry, right? Drove here. Mm-hmm. He ended up going over to Stewart-Haas Racing. His route, he got there. He got to the next level. But did you think it would be from Chevy branded to Ford branded to Wood Brothers? No, nobody knew that was going to be his route, and it wasn't an easy one. And so there's not a more pure direct pipeline right now than this new Dodge pipeline. Dodge is going to be a Cup team in the next year or two. If you jump in one of their 5 trucks and you go out there and win races, you have firmly supplanted yourself as their
future.
They can't deny it. No one could.
Why wouldn't they, too? If you're winning for them here, they're going to want you there.
They're going to go, well, the logical next step is that this guy's going to go up and enter our new Cup
Carry
program.
the brand.
Yeah.
And if they're investing money in you already, they'd want to coop that, later.
Yeah. I would be knocking the door down over at Kaulig trying to get to Chris Rice and Ty Norris to see what opportunity would be there for me if I was a young driver looking for a chance.
And I'm guessing the trucks are probably pretty well funded.
Oh, well funded. You kidding me?
I mean, you don't have to. This shouldn't have to be a bring money to race type thing.
This won't be a bring money to race.
Yeah,
it'd be everybody. If they an owner in the series that ain't going to turn down a couple $1 million when you walk in the door, but this deal right here, you won't have to have it.
it's got to win.
Yeah.
Yep. This is a cool deal. I mean, it's big for the sport too.
Yeah. I mean, Ram's going to pour money into it. They're going to make sure it works. I'd say I would go back and look at Toyota's entry into the Truck Series, and kind of look at how they evolved in terms of performance and success. I think they came into the trucks and actually did pretty well. I think it was Xfinity or maybe even the Cup Series that it took them a while to really find success, start winning. Not that NASCAR really kind of has control over your performance, but I think Dodge's ability to win in the trucks is there now. Mm-hmm. Unload, got a chance to win, right?
And they were successful before in all the series too, so they have a good blueprint somewhere.
I think as they go further, I don't think they're going to mess with the Xfinity series. I'd be surprised if they enter the Xfinity series. But I think once they get the Cup, now that program will have a hard time getting going. It'll get there, but it's going to be a long, hard work.
Is it easier now with this car though than it would have been before with an or about the same?
I think the one thing that's probably going to be the toughest part for the Dodge guys will be the engine. If and maybe that comes together and that works better than I think, or I have no knowledge of information, but I just know that to bring their power plant and into the Cup Series and it do everything it needs to do and perform the way it needs to perform. And NASCAR is going to keep a very tight leash on all of that so that they can't come in and like overpower everybody or just, oh damn, this thing actually runs awesome.
Mm-hmm.
NASCAR is going to make sure that, because the other OEMs are going to go, all right, man, you better hold them accountable, hold them within the confines of the power and torque that we have. So that's a little stickier.
But do you not think if they unload good right off the gate, it brings other manufacturers could be like, oh, we might be able to join this and be competitive pretty quickly.
In the Cup Series?
Yeah.
I don't know that it's too hard. I don't know that I don't know that anybody can come in brand new OEM and unload in the Cup Series and be good.
Wouldn't it be easier now though than it would have been 15 years ago to
I wonder, I suppose, is how does their power plant and their motor, their V8 from years ago, where's the technology? How does it measure up to where we are today with what we're building? Because what the motor you raced when Dodge was here years ago isn't the same motor we raced today.
Not even close.
And so, how quickly can they kind of scale up? But they got a couple of years to figure that part out. But the Truck Series is turnkey with the spec motor and all that stuff. So they should be able to hit the ground running and be able to roll onto the track and with the right setup and the right crew chief and all that stuff. Good driver.
They have some good opportunity to get some wins.
Yeah. Running a business without visibility, that's like racing without a spotter. You might think everything's fine until it's not. That's why safety culture exists, to help teams see what's really going on in real time. Safety culture gives team members on the ground an easy way to call attention to things, fix issues fast, and make sure nothing is missed. It doesn't matter if you're on a job site, in a warehouse, or running deliveries. If you're on a fast-paced team, you need tools that help everybody see clearly. Just look at our friends over at Trackhouse Racing. They are competing at the highest level of NASCAR and using safety culture to track every detail from car checklists to how each chassis runs at different racetracks. I always loved when I knew I was getting in a car that had been fast for me in the past and I was able to take it to victory lane. That's how much drivers pay attention to the details, and those details are more important than ever. When your whole crew can see what's happening, they make better calls, waste less time, and avoid costly surprises. That's how you stay ahead, not just in racing, but in every business. You want to run your business like a NASCAR team? Head to safetyculture.com/SVG and check it out. The last couple of weeks, we've had some really good races on the Cup side of things. I don't want to put it on exactly just one singular thing at Richmond, but the softer tires seem to make a difference at Richmond, everybody seemed somewhat, for the most part, entertained. There were still some critical detractors that just want to be critical.
I do have a question about that. Richmond was a good race,
Yep.
and I agree it was good because there was strategies and stuff.
That's
but
right.
If we go back with the same tire,
Do you think they figure it out?
Well, I'm saying, did more teams go back and look at everything? Okay, the fastest strategy is this. We all start doing the same strategy again. Does it turn back?
I don't know. I do think at Richmond, all that I want is the tire to be soft, the tire to wear out, the tire to fall off, and the cars to move around and be able to like move up second, third groove and be fast.
And you could see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
TJ, to your point, that maybe, but you can't predict the caution, so you can have your strategy and everyone can be on the same page. But once that caution comes,
that's kind of been the case even back in the the 90s, the 80s, the 70s, whatever era it is that you say you love. You would have a badass race at Bristol one week, and then you'd go back 6 months later, and maybe you didn't get the yellows, and the race was we had a race in 73 at Bristol that Kel Yarborough led every single lap, no cautions. 500 laps, 0 cautions at Bristol. And then you might go back there the next race and have 13 yellows and just all kinds of carnage. And if you love that kind of shit, you had a blast. Which I probably did if I was a kid especially. But I love going to Bristol and watching them tear all that shit up. It's the best thing. I think that what we learned, listen, here on this show, we got really kind of we got real critical of the sport over the last 3 or 4 weeks, and I still feel a certain type of way about specific parts and pieces with the next gen car in terms of short tracks, road courses, and so forth. And I, again, like I said several weeks ago, I wouldn't never rest on how things are going. I would always be trying to all right, how can we make this better? How can we make this better? And I would still feel that I still feel that same way today. But we did have we had what I would say is the expectation in terms of entertaining and what we should see every single week. We had that at Richmond, and we had it again at Daytona. Speaking about Richmond, the soft tire, they're taking that same tire to New Hampshire. Good possibility that we'll have some good results from that. We'll see how that kind of works at New Hampshire. I'm excited about it. New Hampshire in the next gen car, actually, I've really liked. In the car that we had before this at New Hampshire, they ran one specific line for the most part, and if you got off that line and jumped the seams or tried to run low or whatever, it was pretty much for the most part, a 1.5 groove track. In the next gen, dude, they're running that son of a all the way up into the 3rd groove where the modifieds run.
Yeah, we're getting high.
It's wild.
Yeah.
And,
I like it.
Yeah, I do too. And man, I remember being there and seeing that for the first time in the broadcast booth. I'm like, holy shit, they're in the 3rd groove, way up there where there's some really old sealer. And I'm like, man, if they kick that sealer off and get that hot and grippy, it's going to be awesome. And yeah, it was wild. You had guys way up the racetrack late in the run. I think with this tire, you could probably see more of that. So I'm kind of bullish on New Hampshire just because I think the next gen car has kind of been fun to watch there no matter what. Now with this tire, I'm even more looking forward to that race. And then let's move on to Daytona. TJ, Daytona, the racing and the energy of the pack, the eagerness for everybody to want to go up front, lead, the everybody kind of being on the offense. Holy shit, it was completely different from what we've seen at Daytona and Talladega, which has been maddening over the last couple of years, where everybody's riding around 2 seconds off the pace, saving fuel as much as they can.
It's better in that regard for sure.
What happened? How?
Well, the first stage we didn't have to stop.
Yep.
So you just go hard.
I just went hard.
Yeah, but you're still, I don't know, they're still saving because you're just trying to shorten your stop.
The last one. Third stage. Yep.
But I still saw it as it's kind of gridlocked a little bit.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, to me, that was still gridlocked. And I know everyone's like, well, Blaney won from 13th. Blaney didn't do anything but be in the right line and it moved forward because guys were making moves that they probably wouldn't have made a little bit earlier in the race because they're just going to get to the front and kind of hang out in that lane and stay there. They're not going to drive all the way to the bottom and make moves like that. But
I felt like, and you can tell me if I'm right, I felt like that the surface of the racetrack is finally starting to turn loose a little bit. Handling is really
I
getting
saw way more
important.
handling issues. They were coming up off the bottom out of 4, and that's where my judge is. I watch the cars exit 4, and if they don't stay right on the line and they're like all sliding up as a group, I'm like, okay, some of these, and we saw some issues in the beginning. That's how
saw it in the Xfinity race. Jeb Burton got tight off of 4 into the 8 car. And that I think we need that surface of that racetrack, man. When it starts to age and starts to get lose some grip and the balance goes away over the course of the run,
racing goes up.
It's fun.
Yeah, the racing gets better, and you could see it. Like even Reddick and like the wreck with Joey and them. Like the reason that Kyle got inside Joey is because Joey came up off the bottom, and I think they got what 3-4 wide right there. That's those don't happen. Those moves don't happen when everybody's gripped up.
That's right.
And they can turn the wheel whenever they want.
That's
so,
right. Well, there's a combination of the track aging a bit, and just the cautions falling at the right time and keeping the teams where they weren't really needing to starve the cars and save all that fuel.
We haven't had a green flag stop at Daytona in 3 races now.
Really?
At least, I think. Yeah. At least.
Well, I really, and the other thing too is they, I think the Hendrick cars were out there on old tires, and Chase Elliott came over the radio and said tires matter. Like I need to let you know we haven't had to worry about it for years here, but I got to tell you tonight, I'm gonna have to have you think of. He's telling his crew chief, like I'm gonna have you thinking tires matter. We need to change our sort of. That was really good to hear. That a driver was like, yeah, man, because for a long time the damn surface was so new and the tires were so hard. You just like, yeah, it, don't put tires on it. It's gonna help. It's gonna drive any different.
You only took tires when you needed fuel.
Yeah, and so, now they're like, look, I can manage on these old tires, but they kind of matter. And when you can put some new tires on it. Put them on there.
Yeah, I think it needs another step, but it's going there. It's going that direction.
Yeah.
How much did the big wreck and the cars not open it up and allow them to race?
I don't think that has to do with it.
A
lot of people were saying that, like, oh well, there are fewer cars in the pack.
Well, you make it sound like there was 20 cars that were out of the wreck. I mean, I think there was only 6 cars out.
Hold on,
he's asking a question because it was.
Denny brought it up. Like other people, it's not me. I'm just asking you guys.
I've always felt like that. The smaller the pack, the less likely there will be passing. Now, when you would in that look, I've not driven the current car out on there and don't know exactly how the car creates runs and so forth. I think I can look at it and watch it and kind of have an understanding of what I'm seeing. But if you for decades there, if you have 2 cars out on the racetrack running by themselves, the second car can't pass the first car by himself. He kind of have some energy from behind. You put the third car out there, the gap between all those guys gets smaller. You put the fourth car out there, the gap gets even smaller. But they're still probably not able to really make passes happen. If the lead guy wants to just stay in the lead, he probably can control it and keep it. And as you keep adding cars, you keep creating runs and accordion effect and things start to change for the guy in second or third or fourth. And the more cars, the more that sort of increases, right? So I think 20 car, if you ran all of them for 1,000 laps straight, if you just put them out there and they ran 1,000 laps, if you had 40 cars on the track during those 1,000 laps, you'd have probably more passing than if you had a 20 car pack run 1,000 laps. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
I agree.
As far as like the kind of shuffling amongst the pack, in the middle, in the back, even at the front, 40 cars over 1,000 laps are going to probably do more passing. More positions will exchange hands than if there's a 20-car pack.
Which does change the air in there, and it just makes things more makes moves possible.
Yeah. So I don't. Now, Denny, I could see where when you said a minute ago gridlock. With the next gen car, the one thing I do see, and I saw it too in the Xfinity race. And it's not just a next gen thing, but I saw it in the Xfinity race too. The green flag come out and they ran side by side for like 10, 15 laps. Like nobody changed any positions. And I'm like, oh, what the hell? This is interesting. But nobody can, the guy in 8th, can't do he's got to stay in line. If he jumps out of line, they're just going to send him to the back.
Mm-hmm.
So he's kind of screwed. He can't move, even though he's got, he's sitting there running half throttle. If he pulls out of line, he's just going to the rear. So we kind of saw that in Xfinity race for a little bit at times. And that gridlock is kind of what you're talking about. When nobody wants to make any moves up front, it basically forces the entire field to run side by side for 10, 15 rows.
I think that happened for RFK, right? One of the RFK drivers?
I don't know. What do you mean?
I feel like one of them got on the radio and was like, I want to go, but I can't.
No, the whole when they were too wide and you got guys that were just going to stay too wide,
That's
you
right.
couldn't make the move. Because guys they tried to make a third lane and it just wasn't happening. But with the stage, nobody having, we didn't have to save as much fuel. You did when you could. Now it went from save hard, you got to save too. Well, save when you can, but go hard if you can't. Go hard if you need to.
I think what Denny may mean when he says, passing become easier or more likely when the field thinned out is because that gridlock of 2x2x2x2 for 10, 15 rows no longer was there with all those cars, right? And when 10 or 12 cars get knocked out of the lead pack, now there's some opportunity, I guess, I think from a driver standpoint to be more creative and to take more risk, because now when you pull it out of line, you only drop 8 spots instead of 20 spots, right? So now guys are like, it, I'll go for it. I'll pull out. Come on, let's see what we can do. Because the risk of what you'll lose is not as great. I mean, it was 20, 25 car pack.
Yeah, there's that too, but it was still pretty bad because when they shuffled Eric Jones, he went to like 25th place.
Yeah.
That's pretty far back.
That sucks, yeah.
And
I agree, yeah.
One thing that I liked is whenever they did get some age on the tires, the guys would, it would open up when, lanes open up that weren't normally there, be if guys handle good. Like Kyle able to drive down to the inside. Like that lane normally wouldn't be there. Obviously, Joey got tight or whatever. I mean, you can see flames coming out of the pipes and stuff from lifting. When they're lifting on exit, that creates opportunities.
Oh, yeah, that's what you want.
That's what I want. So, but to me, it was a little bit better because of the handling.
Yep.
But I still saw a lot of gridlock, and if you wanted to go, if you were 16th in line, you couldn't go.
I liked that the first stage didn't need fuel savings, and maybe that's part of the answer going forward for NASCAR at Talladega, at some of these other tracks, right, is to say, hey, that first stage, you're not going to have to pit for fuel, right? We're just going to make it short enough to where you don't have to worry about it. Then, let the rest of the race may not have those parameters or those, that opportunity. The only way you could probably do that for the rest of the race was to be able to add a 4th stage, which some people have talked about. Like at Charlotte to 600, we have 4 stages.
We do, yeah.
So if we were to struggle going forward and continue to have boring ass fuel saving style racing at Daytona Talladega, the idea would be, one of the ideas on the table, I assume, would be to add the 4th stage so that every stage is not a fuel mileage situation. You don't, and so I like that for stage 1. That guarantees me as a fan that I shouldn't see my driver and all the drivers riding around half throttle, because they can get to the end of the stage without running out of fuel. The big one, who's to blame for the wreck? Why is everybody so wanting to blame somebody for this?
Yeah, it's just it's plate racing.
Yeah, just
it happens.
That's fine. If that's your opinion, but that's when there's a wreck, there's always who's to blame for it. People, it's just a
Nope. This feels different.
I just blame Denny. Damn it, Denny.
I've been around this a long time. And when the big one happens,
it just happens.
It just happens.
Well, I think there's also a little debate because you had Denny blaming Bubba, and then...
Well, that didn't happen till he got home. But, like, as soon as this wreck happened, like, there's been this sort of conversation that started immediately, like, whose fault was it? We got to find somebody. We got to settle this.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you want to go back even to exit of turn 4, the wreck starts when Joey gets up off the bottom and leaves the lane for Kyle. They get 4 wide. When you get 4 wide, the room for error is way less. And when a car moves a little bit, like Bubba gets not even a big bump from the 5. Yeah. He moves, a foot and a half to the left, and he's hooked.
Yeah.
So, but the wreck really starts.
I just don't.
No one it's just racing.
Yeah. I don't know that we need to be so.
Blaming.
Yeah. It's just like this insistent.
I mean,
do you not see that?
Yeah, it's like cutthroat, man. It's like somebody has to be blamed.
It's like as we're going through time, right? As we're evolving, like we're having to be more. There's this insistence to like. This was his fault, or this was this person's fault on everything, and like this kind of right here is just what might happen today.
It could, yeah.
When you go to Daytona or Talladega. And in the past, when there's been big wrecks like this, yes, there'll be a quick, well, I could see what happened there. That guy hit this guy, and that guy wrecked that guy. He moved this way, and it's his, there's a person at fault for sure. But it's like this has been like this was like a 2-day conversation that Denny had to finally settle.
Yo, TJ, I see you've been walking around with a new phone. Where'd you get that new phone?
Yeah, man, I love this phone. I recently joined the Consumer Cellular family, and they hooked me up, man. I got a great new phone, and the service is awesome.
That's great, but like, how's it at Iowa or Richmond, some of these other tracks? Because it's great when you're at home, but like when I'm on the road, my phone is crap.
I travel a lot with the RFK 6 team, and I have had nothing but success with this phone. It has bailed me out numerous times now. I was able to flip the hotspot on and use some internet on it, text, calls, everything, man. I could not be happier with this phone.
All right, but how do I go about getting this? Because I don't have time. I'm not trying to go stand in line at a store, grab a number, wait 30 minutes. Like, I just don't have time for that.
That's the easiest part, man. Just call their 100% U.S.-based customer service representatives, and in about 20 minutes, you'll be good to go. I chose the 2 for $60 plan. It's not a prepaid option. They helped me decide which one was best for me, and I know exactly what I'm paying each month. Everything is easy to understand with no long-term contract. Switch to Consumer Cellular now and get $25 off with the code DJD25. That's DJD25 for $25 off when you switch to Consumer Cellular. Go to consumercellular.com/DJD and use promo code DJD25.
Look, Kyle Larson's just trying to change his fate. He's just changing I feel like Kyle Larson is in this sort of state of like, I'm gonna just keep changing my approach to this till I finally start getting results. Because he
had a good rate. I mean,
he's hated racing at Daytona, Talladega. Doesn't like doing it, but he's like, you know what? I'm gonna figure this out, right? So I've been a guy that's kind of tried to stay out of trouble. I've been a guy that's kind of I tried this. Nothing's
working.
Nothing's working. So it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be aggressive.
I don't think he's a very good pusher. Especially not at Talladega.
So is that on him, or do drivers need to adjust if they're in front of Kyle?
What do you mean?
Like, you said he's not a good pusher, and so
I was making a joke because he backed off us at Talladega for the win last year.
But I'm saying with his style, it seems to be kind of, some people are getting their feathers ruffled. Like, is that on them to just listen? That's Kyle's racing.
No, I don't.
Do you have any issues with how he's pushing or anything?
Yeah.
No, I mean, I don't have an issue with it, but
you do.
I do.
You don't?
I mean, he's just trying to make moves that he thinks he needs to make.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like he's gotten more aggressive.
Well, he was getting aggressive in this race because there was he was cars that were up there. He didn't need up there, so he's going to be a little bit more aggressive.
He didn't need up there.
Like the 43, they didn't need the 43 in front of Kyle.
Why?
Well, because it's 43 wins the race, if 48's out. 60 wins the race.
He's saying that he was aggressive to the cars that weren't going to help out Hendrick.
Yeah, I mean, I think
So
he
he's-
drove the 43 down into the corner deeper than what he should have to try to shuffle him up a little bit. I do.
Nope.
But, I mean, why? I mean, that's a pass. Why
Yeah,
not?
yeah. I mean, if he was, it's kind of one of them situations. If he's driving my car, I like it.
Yeah, for sure.
But I've been on the wrong end a couple of them things. With,
I agree.
With Kyle this year, he ran over the 7 getting into turn 1 at Bristol to pass him for the lead. Didn't have to do that. Just he was going to pass him. And then, wrecked us at Indy. Just running hard.
Indy was the big one.
Yeah, just bust his ass there.
Yeah.
But I feel like that he's just kind of like, I'm racing. I'm going for it.
I don't have a problem going for it.
Yeah, and I think that he's like at Daytona Talladega. He's kind of like, you know what?
Nothing's working.
What I've been
Screw it.
trying hadn't been getting me results. I'm gonna try this route.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Why not? Right.
I suppose. Well, yeah. I guess Eric wasn't. I saw where Eric was. I thought that what happened on the back straightaway with Eric Jones was just the accordion effect going wrong. Did you think that Larson was just trying to get him to pop up out of it?
I think Larson was being very aggressive.
Yeah.
I mean,
was Jones leading?
he was leading that outside
Leading the
lane,
outside
I
line?
believe. Yeah, and he
Yeah.
was really, really strong.
I remember that, but I couldn't remember if somebody jumped in front of Jones off of 2 or if he was still leading that line.
I thought the 43 was leading the line, but
Yeah. The playoff standings is all sorted out going into the round of 16. Let's look at the back half. So, you got Larson, Byron, Hamlin, Blaney, Bell up front, then the SVG, Chase Elliott, Briscoe, Bubba, and Cindric. Bubba's at +2. Cindric also at +2. Chastain, Logano +1. Barry, Reddick at -1. Dillon -2. Bowman -5. Who's going to get out of the round of 16? It's Darlington, Gateway, and Bristol. I do not believe that SVG. Man, it's gonna be tight. He's got 16 points,
yeah,
right, to sort of cushion the blow.
he
He has been running better at the ovals, but man, if I
Tough place.
this will be tough. I like the guy. SVG's awesome. I just have a hard time seeing him escape the round of 16. TJ, who pick one driver that you think does not advance?
I do not think, man.
Pick one. Come on. We got to go. We're picking 4 drivers here. So
I will take.
You're going to hurt their feelings. Come on.
I got to take.
They're big boys.
Today before the
They're
race.
big boys. They can take it, TJ. Come
I'll
on.
take Austin Dillon.
Dylan. All right.
Just not enough consistency yet to
Yep.
keep racking the points up.
Yeah. All right. I'll go Dylan as well.
I have a question about SVG. He finished 20th at
did.
Darlington last.
I know.
Is that good? Is that good enough for
Yeah.
the first race?
Yes.
He's
Yes.
gonna-
He can make the round of 12 with a 20th place finish at Darlington. Of course. It's going to depend on what he does at Bristol and Gateway. I think he's actually decent at short tracks. I could see him
I think he's going to run okay
Dude,
at Bristol. That's not a scare for me.
There's
with him.
there is a legitimate opportunity for him to run okay top 20, top 15 at Bristol. Honestly, man, I feel like if you can top 20 it in this round, somebody's going to fuck up. Somebody's going to break.
Yeah, one of these guys is going to be.
You got a chance if you can top 20 it. He's going to be right. I don't think SVG will make it because they're just looking. I'm looking at the other competition. It's not a knock on SVG. But when he doesn't make it, it'll be by the slimmest of margins, right?
You think Logano is +1, like a 3-time champion that he's got like some really talented drivers.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's not a knock on SVG, but I think he barely misses it. I just feel like he's just going to just barely miss it. But it'll be dramatic to watch. TJ, who's your second driver?
My second driver is probably gonna be Bubba.
Okay, Bubba. Man, I don't know. I think it's so hard because
It is, man.
dude, I mean, there's 10 drivers here that are all over the top of each other. So right now, I've got SVG Dylan. You've got Dylan Bubba. All right, I'm going to pick my third. Man, as much as I love the guy, I feel like that
Josh.
Oh my
Berry.
God.
He was on my list too.
Yeah.
Just not quite
Wow.
there yet.
What? I want him to prove me wrong. What do you think? I thought it was good. The people.
I'm just.
What? All right. If Josh makes it.
I mean, I would pick him too. I'm not saying, but I'm just.
Yeah.
It's your boy.
He's my buddy. I want him to prove me wrong. Go prove me wrong, Josh Berry. But I'm putting him on my list.
Yeah, he was on mine too.
Yep. It's just the field's just too tight. They're all over the top of each other.
To me, it's Bubba or Cindric, whoever has the worst luck of them two.
Yep.
You know, I feel like they're going to be.
All right. I've got my 4. So go ahead. You got Dylan, Bubba. Who else?
SVG is on my list. Okay. And I also have Josh.
All right. So I've got it down here. TJ has Dylan, Bubba, SVG, Berry. So you think Cindric makes it?
It's just between him and him and Bubba to me.
I honestly feel like Cindric and Josh are the same. Very similar.
Very similar.
One of them is not making it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're probably right. Frick.
And what's interesting is they're both same cars.
Yep.
To me, yeah. I still think Cindric is a little more seasoned.
I know you got the experience and stuff, but maybe Josh ran 3rd at Darlington once.
He did. That was the fall last.
I think he can
top, last year.
I think he was 12th or something at Bristol earlier this year. Gateway's a little bit of a short track. It could be a place where he shines. I'm taking Berry out of my list. I'm going to do Berry. I'm going to keep Cindric in. I can make a case for Berry, so I'll pull him out. He's going into the round of 12.
What do you think about Ross in this first round or the round of 16?
I'm struggling with Ross, man. They have had a
15, 19, 10, 11, 39, 33, 24. Like he's
all right, I'm Chastain. All right, so mine are SVG, Dylan, Cindric, Chastain.
I'm switching my list. You ready?
Yep.
I'm going Dylan, Berry, SVG, Chastain.
Ooh, look at me.
You just convinced him. All right. So you want me to go through it again?
I mean, I could probably come up with another variation if I want to.
Is this your final answer?
TJ's final answer. Dylan, SVG, Berry, Chastain. I have SVG, Dylan, Cindric, Chastain.
So 2 above will not make it.
Yeah. All right, we'll see. Everybody should respond to Dirty Mo Media. Tag us on Twitter with your 4.
Do you want to make a championship pick, or are we just gonna wait till the next and then do elimination?
Yeah,
again?
I mean,
there's so much racing left. I'm
gonna go with my guy Byron.
Feel like it's his year.
Yeah. I don't know. I'd probably change my mind after the first round.
The thing with him is it just you don't see them like stepping on their own foot and doing something wrong. Like
they're very consistent.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Byron might pull it off. Blaney's
That's my pick.
Blaney's pretty solid.
I was gonna say, does Penske win again?
Yeah.
I mean, we end the year with arguably Blaney's best tracks.
Yeah, you're right.
So how do you go against that?
Yeah. The NASCAR playoffs are here, and so is your chance to bring the intensity home. Celebrate every pass, pit stop, and photo finish with a collectible car from Lionel Racing, the official diecast of NASCAR. Built for fans who live for the chase, Lionel Racing Diecast is the ultimate trophy. Each car is precision crafted, featuring authentic paint schemes and hand-applied decals. Plus, each 1/24th scale diecast is part of a limited edition run, making every piece a must-have for true collectors. Whether you're riding with Team Larson, backing Team Hamlin, or cheering for an underdog to take it all, Lionel Racing has the diecast that reps your favorite playoff driver. Follow along with us throughout the playoffs to see which drivers advance and which ones don't. We'll feature these diecasts on the set here at the Dale Jr. Download. Now through the end of September, get free U.S. shipping when you purchase the Cup Series diecast of a NASCAR playoff driver. Just go to LionelRacing.com and use promo code PLAYOFFS. That's promo code PLAYOFFS at LionelRacing.com. All right, it's time for this month's selection of our Ultimate Racing Collector presented by Lionel Racing, the official diecast of NASCAR. Lionel is your go-to source for all your racing diecast needs. Check out their latest pre-orders at LionelRacing.com. This month's winner is Jeff Mendenhall. We're going to play a video. Let's check out what Jeff's room looks like. Boy, look at there.
Man, yeah, that's pretty.
Dude.
That's an old garage.
This
Look at the
is
roof.
some great stuff. Look at the Skull Bandit uniform. I think I saw that on eBay. There's another old uniform. I think that might be.
Look at how nice the floor
that might
is.
be a Buddy Baker, possibly. I can't remember. That looks like a Publix.
This is a
patch.
great room.
It's a little short for Buddy. That's a Richard Petty uniform.
It is.
That's a Richard Petty Pontiac hood. This dude has some cool.
Yeah.
Look at that Daytona flag.
Yeah,
That's an original.
I was gonna say, I wonder what that's from.
Yeah.
Like what race?
I don't know.
It's cool.
Look at the yellow crew uniform.
I know.
Over there.
It's got
in that
him
little
in
case.
I love the
Hills
building,
Brothers.
man. Look at the floor and the ceiling. The
Yeah.
floor is nice, new and sealed. Look at the
And a little
ceiling.
man cave.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Hell yeah.
What a great room.
Diamond Rio hood.
Some helmets. Got a helmet
Kmart
case.
Little Caesars hood. Jackaroo. I love the sheet metal.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. What is this? Can we keep going? There's a Winston pit board. There's a number 78
Yep.
door. That might be
Jackaroo.
Parker, Hank Parker Jr.
No.
Yeah, that 78 door. Maybe. I think he drove for them at one point. A lot of helmets he's got going on in there.
What's the briefcase under the table right there? I wonder if that's like a Winston million. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh, yeah. Metal briefcase.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's cool.
Boy, dude, this guy must have been on a team or something. How'd he get all this
Is that a rusty helmet, the third one in?
This guy's had some interesting access to some pretty cool stuff over the years. Well, Jeff Mendenhall, awesome video. Hell of a job, brother, sending all this stuff in. Thanks for showing us all the cool things you have. What a great collection. Some real vintage stuff inside this little garage you got there. And I know it took a lot of time to get all that stuff, and you got to be very proud of it. So thank you there, man. And as you see also on the table here, we have all 16 of the playoff drivers. As they get eliminated, we're going to throw their car off into the floor.
Just chuck it.
Big thanks to Lionel. As long as the driver is still alive, they won't get thrown into the floor, and one of them will win the championship. Who's it going to be? All right, so we got Ryan Blaney here calling in the winner from this past weekend at Daytona. Ryan, I am usually seeing you in the beautiful confines of the Penske operation, but this does not look like that. Where are you?
I'm at, show you my setup here. We are in Eau Claire, Wisconsin, at Menards Share Builders today.
Awesome.
It's a great event that Menards does every year. We come up to it. It's where they, meet a lot of the partners that are on the hood of our car, partners that want to get in their stores. It's a
right.
big expo event, and it's always fun. You meet a lot of people.
I had the opportunity for a short period of time to work with Menards. Obviously, they were with DEI forever, but recently with Brandon Jones, and got to kind of know a little bit about that business, man. Pretty cool partner to be working with, and a great-looking race car.
Yeah. Picked a good week to win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, worked out well. I know it wasn't in the Menards car, but still it was good. But no, I mean, like you said, they're unbelievable people. It's been a lot of fun to work with them since 2018. And, John is an amazing human being, and, to get to know Paul and race against him a little bit. And they're just overall good people and just racers. They just love racing. And it's definitely a dream partner to be with. And I couldn't thank them more for what they've always done, through my career.
Yeah. Man, pretty incredible drive the last couple of laps at Daytona. Watched a clip on social media of your spotter and you working together to get that car to where you could put yourself in position to win. I don't know when I kind of know how my experiences were back then when you would have something like that happen, especially at Talladega and Daytona. When the race is over, obviously you go through the elation of emotion of winning the race, but when you try to go back and kind of relive it for the media or what have you, how easy or difficult is it for you to recount every specific thing that happened in the final two laps?
I can recount everything in those final two laps, I'd say, like for sure. I think it's, but I like seeing it, right? We have our view of it, right? You're sitting in there and you can just kind of see what's around you, right? From your mirror, out front, all that stuff. But it's always fun, even though I remember everything that happened, I always enjoy watching it from the broadcast view, like the bird's eye. Yep. And then you get a whole new perspective of it. But yeah, I can remember everything of kind of how the whole last 2 laps came to be, and the moves that myself and Cole made that were able to kind of shoot us up through there. So I feel like I always can recall those big moments fairly well.
What were the two or maybe one or two things that like absolutely were key to creating the run and energy that your car needed?
Yeah, so before the last restart, I was behind Cole and we chose the top, and I think we were like, he was 12th and I was 14th or something, or maybe 10th and 12th. But I told Timmy, my spotter, to go talk to Cole's guy and like, hey, if Cole wants to jump top 3 here, like I'll commit to him, because I felt like if we had 2 of us go, we were going to drag more guys up there and the top lane would be able to go. And you want to be leading the top lane charge, right? You don't want to be 3rd or 4th in line. So I was really just kind of waiting on him to go. There was a couple opportunities I thought we could have gone earlier than what we did, but I'd say the big moment was when they split Priest on the front stretch. It kind of, right in the tri-oval there, we all moved to the top, and then they kind of snaked back down to the bottom. And as the cars in front of us snaked back down to the middle, Cole and I got connected, and we went to the top into 1 and had a big run there. And then I kind of laid back pretty good in 1 and 2 to be able to get to him right as we exited 2 and connect. And we were hauling butt down the back straightaway, coming to the white, and got him, even with the lead. So I'd say the big moment is when they split Priest. It really allowed us to just carry a big run to the top into 1. That was really what set us up to make a run at it and have a chance.
I remember when the next gen car went to Daytona for the first test, and I got the chance to drive Chase Elliott's car, and we did a little bit of drafting and pushing, and they were so uncomfortable a couple years ago. You guys look like y'all can now be super aggressive. I'm sure there's still some moments where it doesn't feel great, but what does it feel like? Tell me, I guess, what it's like to be pushed. Is it comfortable? Are you driving a forklift at that point? Are you at the mercy to the car behind you and how he's steering you? What's going on?
Yeah, I definitely say I don't really think the cars have gotten a lot more comfortable. I think the drivers have just gotten used to it, and they've understood how to kind of just be prepared. It's way more uncomfortable than what this previous generation of car was like. Just the rear bumpers, number one, are kind of round. So it's really important to line up square. And you have to be the rear car has so much responsibility now. Like the pusher has so much responsibility for the guy in front of him that he's pushing than ever before. And I've always tried to account for that. Like, I've always tried to time my times I get to people's bumper correctly, like, and kind of drag brake before I get there to kind of get that connection easy and make sure I'm square and we can go forward. A lot of times I see guys just kind of run up there and just, pound guys in the bumper and are kind of moving all around. And that guy in front's got his hands full. So they're definitely uncomfortable, and it's really put a huge emphasis on how you get there. And then, you got to trust that guy behind you, to push you. And if I'm getting pushed, like I have to be, you're always looking in your mirror and your camera in those situations. And like, if I'm going to get pushed, I really am, I'm looking at the closing rate, and Timmy's telling me, hey, half back, 2 feet off, 1 foot off. And when they get to like 2 feet off, like I have to look straight, knowing the push is coming, and like make sure my hands are where they need to be, and like kind of be prepared for it. So it's definitely delicate.
Wow. Yeah, I was amazed at how uncomfortable it was when I was driving the cars years ago, but I assume there had been some gains. But I know it doesn't look all that comfortable sometimes, and you can tell when you're trying to be smart about how you do connect and how you do want to create that energy and get that push down the back straightaway, as opposed to ramming the guy. Sometimes you don't go anywhere. But you have thrown yourself into the conversation as one of the best, if not the best, at the type of racing we do at Daytona and Talladega. I still call it restrictor plate racing, but the style of racing there is unique, and it takes a certain approach and a certain mentality. Over the course of the last several decades, we always saw the same people run up front. and typically the same people have chances at winning those races. And we see you there in this, in the old car, in this car. We see you up front at Talladega, at Daytona often. Is it, do you feel like that, you've developed an appreciation and enjoyment for this style of racing? You're obviously very good at it, and you're willing to do the things necessary and take the risks necessary at the end of these races, because it's extremely dangerous racing. When things go wrong, the hits are horrendous, as you've experienced.
Yeah.
So how do you compartmentalize, I guess, that danger and the risk that is there with the reward if you go and do everything right at these races? A lot of guys, even back in the 90s, 80s, they hated, Mark Martin. I don't like those races. I don't like going there. I have to do it, but I don't love it.
Yeah.
What's your approach?
Yeah. I think what's kind of set me at ease at those places is, years ago, I just finally put my mind of, hey, these speedway races at Daytona, Talladega, like, it is what it is. And you're going to have days that go terribly wrong. You're going to get caught up in a mess that you had nothing to do with. And that's just part of it. And just don't think about that. Don't let it bother you. If it happens, it happens. And that's just, a crappy day. And you move on and try to go again the next time. But I do enjoy it. I try to go there enjoying it and enjoying the different style of racing that it is. It's a completely different style of racing than any other track, 1.5 miles or short track, road course, whatever. It's a whole different mentality going in there. So I've just kind of become at peace with it. I've had massive hits at these places, and that never worries me. In that regard, it just, happens sometimes, and it's just luck of the draw. But I've just gone into enjoying them as much as I can. Like you said, you got guys that go in there and they'll openly talk about, I hate it. I hate it. And it's well, you're kind of beating yourself before you get there. That's not a great mentality to have at any place. So even though maybe it's not my favorite type, I'm going to go and try my best and enjoy it the most I can. And I've tried to learn to just be super patient at those places and try not to get, it's easy to get caught into the trap of taking every run, go now. I try to just let things develop in a natural way and take advantage of always being on the lookout for an opportunity. What's the opportunity for me to do this? And just sitting back and being patient. I was able to learn from a lot of great guys when I first started, like Brad, Joey, Denny Hamlin, you. I watched how you guys kind of approached those speedways, and I tried to soak all that in when I was younger. And this new car is different, so you kind of had to relearn some stuff. But it's just I try to have a decent time going into these things and enjoy the challenge and the fight, and not let it bother me if you get, if it wasn't your day. But I just always have tried to not be hating the place going there, because I think you're already down before you even get out there if you have that mentality.
Yeah, it sounded like me in Sonoma for about 15 years.
Yeah.
I got a question for you, Ryan. Thinking about that, you said being patient, waiting for the runs. Were you surprised when you saw Cole dive to the bottom in front of you? Because, I felt like his path to victory was you squared up with him.
Yeah. I saw what was going to happen down the backstretch in the middle of 1 and 2.
You can see it coming for sure.
Yeah. I can see the 7 is clear of both of us. Through the center of 1 and 2, he's pushed out, by a few car lengths.
Not good.
Cole and I did the same. I kind of laid back to Daniel to get to Cole as soon as we got off of 2. And I know the 7's going to probably go up there and block it. And he had to do that. What if he didn't, Cole and I were going to blow by him at a massive rate of speed. And, if you're Cole, what are you going to do? Jam on the brakes or run through the 7? He kind of had to, I think, make a move because the closing rate was massive and the 7 protected it. And so I don't blame either of them for doing what they did. Like I said, both of them had to win the race. I knew what both of them were racing for. So yeah, I don't really think Cole made the wrong move. I think he just was forced to have to take the run where he did, and it just didn't quite, accumulate for him like he thought. And it opened the door for me to just kind of chill in that top lane and get help. So But yeah, I could see a big block was going to come, and I think Cole had to. I don't think he wanted to leave my bumper, but he kind of had to in that situation to.
When somebody gets pushed out, it turns into a bad spot for them most of the time.
Yeah,
late in the race.
It does.
Well, man, we appreciate your time. I know you got a busy day, and thanks for carving a little bit of time out for us to talk to us today. Congratulations on your win. You got the playoffs right out there in front of you. Hopefully you're back on the show a couple more times before the end of the season and giving it a good run, man.
All right. Thanks, guys. Appreciate you having me.
We'll see you.
See you this week.
Hey, everybody. You want the latest Dale Jr. download apparel? Visit shop.dirtymomedia.com. We're always adding new stuff all the time, especially like when we say something silly on this show. We'll put it on a t-shirt. Again, check it out at shop.dirtymomedia.com. Well, NASCAR fans, you know booming speeds when you see it. The Xfinity Wi-Fi, well, it's booming. Like the roar of a NASCAR engine on race day, Xfinity Wi-Fi gives you the proper power and speed. It's like NASCAR in your home. You can choose the right plan for you, and you're off to the races. They don't just raise the bar. They stream in overdrive. Xfinity is a proud premier partner of NASCAR.
This first question is from Joe on Twitter. Actually, he sent this in last week. How much influence does the team/sponsor have when it comes to paint scheme design? Like
really?
who gets like?
That's different. I think that there is a story that Rick Hendrick was telling the other day. We were on a call with him, and when we were doing the negotiating for our partners, Pepsi and Mountain Dew, PepsiCo and Mountain Dew, they were like, Kelly's in the room with them, and they were like, all right, man, we'll get on some car designs and da-da-da. And Kelly's like, well, Dale wants to be involved. Dale really wants to do the whole car. And they were like, oh, no, we're going to do this and that and other. And she's like, nope, Dale's going to do the car. And they were like, and Rick says in the boardroom when Kelly is done negotiating, like she'll have her book open, her notes, and when she's like, the final answer is this, she takes the book and shuts it like that. And so like middle of that meeting, they're like, yeah, we're going to design the car. We already have some ideas and da-da-da. And she's like, nope, Dale Jr.'s going to design the car. And they were like,
done deal.
And Rick's at the other side of the table, and he's like, y'all, I think we need to take a break. And he goes out into the hallway with Kelly, and he's like, Kelly, this is a big deal. There's a lot of parameters and money on the table and stuff like that. And Kelly's like, this is what's going to happen.
That is awesome.
Yeah, I love telling that story. It's more about really like the negotiator that Kelly is, and just how she's fearless.
Yeah.
And so pretty fun to be in a room with her when she's trying to work something out with a partner or something like that. But if you're, I've always kind of been interested in this. I love designing cars. I get involved a little bit these days. I'm fortunate we have a really, really good design team upstairs, led by Ryan Williams, and we have, I don't ever have to really get involved in his work because he's just got such great ideas. And every time I feel like I ever do anything to some of the things that he creates, I feel like I'm pulling him back, or undoing some of the coolness. But so I've really gotten out of the design aspect of some of the stuff we're doing and left it more to him. Some drivers that I know, like I've talked to them over the years, in the 20, 25 years I've raced, I've talked to drivers and they're like, oh, I don't care what the car looks like. And so I'm like, how could you not care what it looks like, right? And they're just like, I don't care what it looks like. I don't care. And I'm like, I want to care. Like I want to drive the car harder, and I'm more excited to drive the car when I think it looks cool. But there's some drivers that don't really care about that part. And which is interesting, but most of the time, it's the design team with the race. The race team has the design guys. They're going to put some things together. They're going to send them to the sponsors. Sponsors going to throw some ideas. The sponsors usually have bad ideas,
Especially if they're new.
They do. They just don't know, what it's going. They don't know what makes they see on paper. Oh, that's cool, but a lot of paper to racetrack, you lose a lot.
Sure.
Things get harder to see. A lot of times they'll put their decal or their name on the race car on the paper, on the art design, and you're like, dude, that's going to disappear on the track. Like right now, looking at it, yeah, that's cool. But when I put that car 75 feet away, or from a broad camera shot, that's 150 feet away, you can't see it. It disappears. And so you got to kind of guide them, hold their hand a little bit, be like, man, you got to allow us to have this and that and the other to let the car jump off the page, so it's easy to spot in a pack. And it's kind of sometimes, and it's fun I love one of the things I enjoy about social media is seeing all the creative from either real cars that teams are making, or there's some creators out there that are just doing prototypes.
Concepts.
Yeah. And it's like, man, there's some really cool ideas out there that'll never actually get to see the racetrack. And so it's kind of,
a lot of them run iRacing with that, trading paints. You can see a lot of cool stuff on there.
Yeah.
This next question's coming from Christian. Do you still wish drivers could talk to each other via radio on the track?
Yeah. I do.
would love that.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we wouldn't be able to keep up with the amount of entertaining that we could put on the broadcast if the drivers were talking back and forth,
yes.
right?
I can't even imagine what that would be like.
Man, it would just be chaos. But it would be like, where do you turn? There'll be so many conversations happening, especially when something bad goes down, like the big wreck at Daytona on the front stretch. You'd be like, well, we're gonna take 30 minutes sifting through all of the conversation here to give it to the fans and say, oh man, listen to what this guy said. Oh, what this guy said this and this guy said that.
Could you imagine when Eric Jones got shuffled out, he'd flip over to
oh hell yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Would that mess the driver up though? Because now they can't hear their crew chief.
Oh, who cares?
It'd be great.
Oh man.
Well, they would be able to make the and they've done this in the past. They would make the crew chief be the overriding so anytime the crew chief keyed up and talked, or the spotter, it would override anything.
Yeah.
And I know they can do that, but I used to have a harness in my car when we went to Daytona and test. I had a harness in my car that would hook up to music, and so I could listen to music sitting on pit road, because we'd sit on pit road in line, waiting to go out single file runs. You'd pull out there, there'd be 20 damn cars, and I mean it's about 5 minutes per car, because they're waiting on a completely clear racetrack to get no obstruction, right?
And nobody jumped the line either. It was like, that's where you were lined up. That's where you just waited for your turn.
Yep.
It was
and you'd be in that line on pit road for 45 minutes. So I'd sit there and listen to music. But if Tony Jr. had to say something, or when I pull out on the track, they'd start talking, it'd override the music.
Would you run on track with music?
Yeah, but I couldn't hear it because of music.
Oh, because the engine was so loud. Yeah. Wow.
But it was still playing.
Dang. And you can't do that anymore.
They don't test or practice anymore.
Yeah, these were like 3-day tests. So
we'd be in Daytona for 3 days, testing from 8 to 5, run after run after run, sitting in that line for 45 minutes at a time. Hour after hour after hour. It was so boring. But man, you're gonna go out there and go, oh, that went a tenth faster. Ooh,
how exciting!
Yeah, good change.
It was like that.
Oh yeah, it was just like that.
Why'd they ever go away with you can't talk to people?
I don't know.
It was during the tandem.
Maybe, it was during tandem, so it was kind of like a tandem only thing.
Yeah, that's whenever they allowed it was in tandem races.
I'm Team Chaos, so let's bring it back.
Yeah, I think it'd be cool if you could jump over on somebody else's radio and talk.
Hey, exactly.
There'd be so much.
Or high five them, right? They win the race. Everybody's jumping on their radio. It'd be like just everybody talking over top of each other. Congratulating that driver if they were very popular.
Could you imagine Hocevar's radio?
Oh my gosh.
He wouldn't hear a single word from anybody else.
It'd make restarts more exciting. Like,
I mean, what if you were racing somebody and the second place is catching first place, flips over to his radio, he's like, oh, I'm inside him, like diving, oh my gosh.
Or you could switch over to the guy behind you on restarts and be like, get in the gas now. You know,
Yeah.
Oh man,
Yeah.
the restart. You're right.
you could
the
call your
restart
own
games.
restarts.
There's good and bad to this. It'd be
Oh, yeah.
entertaining though.
It would be something we'd love, and then we'd want it to go away after about 5 years, kind of like the digital mirror. You're like, oh, that's nice, that digital mirror, and now we're all like,
All right,
Yeah.
Here's the trade. Give us.
Jeez.
We get rid of the mirror and we get back drivers being able to talk to radios. I feel like that's a fair trade.
and then what?
Can we just start with the mirror?
Yeah. Let's get rid of the mirror, and then we'll let the drivers talk to each other and see how it goes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then 5 years we'll want the mirror back.
No, we'll something different.
Radioactive would be like a 4-hour show.
Oh my
No.
god.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, I'm all for it. I'm all for it. This is our official petition to NASCAR to please.
It would
please get
definitely
this going.
stir up some
Yeah.
like I don't know, rivalries more, I would say, because
Sure,
if they
yeah,
can get on
yeah.
there and talk each other at
Yeah.
that point,
I want to see what the YouTube chat has to say, so put your opinions in now. But let's go to the next question. This is actually from our good friend NASCARcasm on
Oh
Twitter.
hell,
Did you
yeah.
see what he bought at Daytona?
no.
no.
So he bought.
Maybe.
He said, "I found this picture at the Daytona 2000
yeah.
store from this past
Yeah, the
weekend."
flipping the bird.
Yes. So can I show this on camera? I actually don't know if I can show the.
You can blur
Go
out
for
the
it.
Here, I'm
hand.
cutting off the actual bird, but that's the.
Yeah.
So what is
happened
that?
there?
Yeah, he
All
wants
right.
to know what it is.
So I remember exactly where this was. We were at DEI. If you ever been to the shop, Dale Earnhardt Incorporated, we were in that middle space where all the cars are parked. If you go there now and kind of look through the glass, you'll see my Xfinity car, mine and Dad's Japan race cars that we raced each other. You'll see all these cars sitting there. We were in that space shooting for Racer Magazine.
Okay.
And that picture is in the magazine. They used that picture inside that episode or that edition of Racer Magazine. And we were behind the camera is Jade Gurse and a couple other people.
Mhm.
And I was sitting there between shots talking to them. We were and they said something, and I was like, F you. And I flipped the bird. Well, the guy grabbed the shot.
Oh.
The guy got a picture of it, and I never thought that they were going to use it. And I was like, oh no, you got me red-handed
Yeah.
flipping the bird. Ha ha ha. And sure enough, they put it out in the magazine. And I was like, damn. I was like, that might be a problem. But yeah, it never got. Bud didn't care about stuff like that. Budweiser, they were like, man, just live your life, have fun, and other like if I was M&M's or I say M&M's because I was friends with Elliott Sadler, and me and him would talk about the contrast between like how I just kind of got to raise hell, drink beer, and
It's the best.
be a goofball, and he had to kind of like be careful, right, and be smart. But I don't know how that would have been handled if it were if I had a different partner. But
it was a good mix.
yeah,
People are asking for me to show it again, so that is
Yeah.
it one more time. I love the font, attitude. It's
why don't you just show them?
Yeah, you can
just
show it.
I can show the whole
Yeah,
thing.
just
I'll
show.
take the heat.
All right. Here
But
you
that
go. That's the
attitude,
full
somebody
photo.
put that on there. Somebody put that on there later down the road.
Oh, so that didn't come
No.
with it.
You can find that on the internet, that picture. But it was in the Racer magazine.
That's
And
hilarious.
I was like, oh, wow, Racer.
NASCAR Chasm's follow up is, can you make this your Twitter avatar?
I don't know.
It's probably
Maybe
found
back in
upon.
the day. Back in the day, you could.
I'm tempted.
Oh,
yeah.
all
I think
right.
Might
Maybe
create
we'll
some
see it.
problems.
It might. Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
we'll see what you end up
Yeah.
doing.
Wait, so you're racing this weekend, right? It's
Florence.
qualifying. 22nd?
22nd.
Yeah.
We will not be surprised.
Pencil it in.
What time's your
Pencil it in.
Could
feature?
I bet on that?
Now, man, we're running late. Features ain't going to start till 9 o'clock.
Oh wow.
Yes. Sucks.
I might even go.
It's late. I've been trying to tell them, man, to get them started a little earlier. We need to be racing and done by 10:30. But
Does Steve still run that?
Steve, Zacharias,
Yeah. All right, Steve, I'm coming to see you.
Is that Saturday night?
Friday.
Friday
right?
night.
Yep, Friday night.
Yeah,
All right.
a little earlier this week.
Yeah, you got college football on Saturday.
We do. We do.
Well, good.
Got our bets to make.
Oh yeah, I can't.
Big
wait.
weekend.
Me too.
Big day for Travis this
Yeah.
coming weekend.
So excited.
I'm also following up on the last question. I'm seeing a lot of people saying bring back the radio chatter, including Jacob, who said we need it ASAP. So there you
right.
go.
Yep.
That's what the fans are saying about that. This next question's coming from Chase. He wants to know, how much time are you actually going to spend playing the new Hell Let Loose game?
Oh yeah.
Are you going to see Amy and the kids?
Yeah, that's funny.
Vietnam.
Yeah, Hell Let Loose is a first-person shooter that we've been messing around with for the last 5 years or so, and they got a Vietnam version coming out soon. I don't know when it comes out, but yeah, it looks fun. I'm a
does.
gamer, man. I love playing video games, but it's just harder and harder to find the time to like fit it into the day.
Well, TJ will give you 2 weeks to get NCAA in, so you're good there.
Yeah, you'll have time.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to this game.
Between iRacing, the new console game coming out, college football,
Oh, my God.
Hell Let Loose Vietnam.
You're going to be busy.
I'll tell you, me, I have about probably 4 nights a week where I've got about an hour after the kids go to bed
Mhm.
from like 9:30 to 10:30.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, you get in, you walk into the room, like all of it's in one room. Like I can play all the games in one room. And you walk in there and you're like, if you play one, you're not playing the others,
Right.
right? You're like, can't decide. Wish I could do it all.
Simrig's like, play
Yeah.
with me.
Yeah.
How did Amy see that tweet that you put out?
No, she's not on Twitter.
Oh, so that's probably good. That's
She gets on Twitter like once every 5 years for like 10 minutes
Then leaves.
and then leaves. It's kind of nice because I can say whatever I want.
What if she has a burner?
Yeah. She's not. She would tell me.
Yeah,
She
you would know.
I would know about it in the kitchen in the morning as we're getting breakfast. I would hear about
I
it.
can see it now tomorrow. Why'd you change your avatar to this?
Yeah, right.
I told her. I told her a little bit about some of the stuff I was posting, but
Do you ever have her check your tweets? But like, hey, do
Yeah.
you think this is good?
oh yeah, I mainly for proofreading because I'll look at it and I'll be like, I'm sure there's something wrong here. I just
Yeah.
can't see it.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, can you read this?
Will you ever ask
That's
her, like,
understandable.
will you say like, is this funny? Like, do you think this
Oh,
is
yeah,
good? Will
yeah.
she shoot you down?
Yeah,
Is
yes,
she pretty straight
yeah.
shooter when it
Oh,
comes to
yeah.
that?
Yeah, no, 100%.
More
good.
often
You
than
need
not,
that.
she says
Yes.
it's not funny.
Oh,
Only
wow.
she's like, Amy's like, all the you say you think is funny. Like
Right.
other people aren't going to read this and go,
Right.
oh, hilarious.
Yeah.
You love it. I'm like, well, that's kind of good enough, right? Like,
Yes.
I'm just trying to entertain myself when it's all said and
That's
done.
how I
right?
operate.
And I'm not on Twitter to make everyone else have a
I'm
good time.
the same
going
way.
it's for me, right?
I feel like that happens in person a lot too. Like there's inside
and if you
jokes.
happen to like my tweet, great. But I mean,
Yeah.
really for my
Right.
pure enjoyment.
Yes.
I definitely think it happens in like general too, hanging out.
Yeah.
She does not find some humor in some things that are
Boy, you better watch out.
yeah, you might.
Treading on thin water.
Yeah.
That is hilarious.
I'm the same way. I get shot down a lot. I show my girlfriend a lot of tweets, and she'll shoot me
You
down.
just
I'm shocked by
looking
that.
for any opportunity to tell us you have a girlfriend.
I know. That's what I was waiting for.
Well, she does watch. She does watch, so she would appreciate the shout out. Yeah, many people would be surprised actually. So,
How long have y'all been dating?
Almost a year.
A year, man.
Yeah.
Have you told her you love her?
Yes.
Oh boy. Who said it first?
Who do you think?
You?
Yeah,
Did she say it back?
Did
She
she
did.
say it back?
she did.
How long did you wait?
I can't remember.
Oh, you know. You can
can't-
remember. You do not forget this. You're lying.
It was within
This is great.
I don't know
3 weeks.
3 months.
3 months. That's all right.
Yeah.
Good. Go. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Let's see. This one's from Dom. Speaking of video games, the NASCAR 25.
Is it Dominic
cover-
Corelli?
No, I don't
No.
think so.
I can
It's
know
not.
where this is going.
It's not. No,
Yeah.
it's
When
not.
are we going to get this league started, TJ?
He literally just joined 2 days ago,
Yeah.
so you know.
No, this is about NASCAR 25. The cover came out. What's your reaction to
Great.
William Byron, Blaney, and
Yeah.
Bell, the Killer Bees,
Love
on
it.
the cover?
Yeah.
I think it's awesome.
Yeah. I love it. I like having more than one. driver. I mean, I thought the EA Sports ones were really cool from back in the day. It's cool to still see some of those pop up on social media from time to time. It was always cool to be the guy that was selected. That was really cool. So it was our sort of Madden cover moment.
Yeah.
As a driver back in the day, we certainly did think that was neat. But I think after all these years coming back and making and creating this console game and iRacing and this console game, this is going to be a journey, right? Of annual releases and developments.
Mm-hmm.
And so to start out of the gate, I think it's good to have a group on there. And I would kind of be cool. It'd be cool to kind of get back though to having like one singular racer, right?
The champion.
The champion.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah,
It's a perk.
that's a great idea.
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah, can you make that cover, right? And I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But I'm real happy with it. I'm excited for everybody to get this product in their hands in October, and can't wait to get running.
I like that champion idea. It could be something cool where like you already have the cover made for like next year and you show the champion when they win. It's like the Goodyear car
Yeah.
or something like that. I think that'd be kind of a cool extra perk.
That's right.
It'd be Joey Logano every other year.
That's right.
But all right, well, that's a good place to wrap up this Ask Junior. Thanks to Xfinity for always being a proud partner of this segment.
Yeah, in racing and in life, speed isn't optional. It's expected. As a driver and Xfinity Series team owner, I rely on things that perform under pressure. That's why I go with Xfinity Wi-Fi, fast, dependable internet, and one price locked in for 5 years, no contracts, no slowdowns, no nonsense. Xfinity Wi-Fi, proud premier partner of NASCAR and great supporter here at Dirty Mo Media. Thank y'all for tuning in. Been a lot of fun. Been a great show. It is time for Dirty Modo. Man, where do we start? We've got college football. We got the NFL. Everything right around the corner. Russell, you know what? You can take the day off. We're not even going to talk NASCAR.
That's unfortunate.
All right.
I was going to say something nice about TJ too this week.
I don't know.
Sure.
I didn't crash, Brad. That's a good thing.
Well,
Crash avoidance. Is that what you're going to bring up?
Heat time. Did you talk about that yet?
let's just get the bad news out of the way. Our parlay did not hit.
Did not hit.
Our manufacturing parlay didn't hit.
Didn't come close.
Golly.
It's
The triple B's have got to stop.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're heading into Darlington this weekend. We'll make some picks for our parlay. But first, what drivers should we be keeping an eye on there, Russell?
I think Denny's the first one. 5-time winner there. Won earlier this year. He's the clear-cut favorite to me. And then you go to William Byron is another one. Then Reddick I like as well. And then sometimes Kyle Larson, but he's
no Blaney?
I don't trust him.
We have not named a Ford.
Blaney struggles for me. He had his first top 5 there this year.
Yeah.
So with an
I
average
feel like he's
finish
had really
almost
good
19.
speed, though.
When
He's
were
had
you
a lot
going
of
to
good
say
speed.
something nice about TJ?
Wreck
I was going
avoidance.
to say that he's my first, like he could be my playoff spoiler. Like that would be what I would say is our best chance to have a playoff spoiler this week would be if TJ can keep Brad out of trouble. Yeah.
Well, I looked at the data that you said, the wreck avoidance positions, and I was like, Brad, we got to stay in this spot to miss the wreck.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we made it through. I thought that was going to be it. But I'll take the spoiler, too, because that's a good approach.
Yeah. Well,
What about Joey Logano, Russ? Do you like him? It's playoff time. You got to start thinking about him.
I know it's playoff time, but he's another one that's all over the place. Like he really hasn't done well here. Like his last top 5 here was 2022.
a whole 3 years ago.
Well, I know, but it's what have you done?
Was
with
that when he
21?
won?
No, he won in 22, but that was the spring race.
That was when he ran into
The
Byron.
yeah. And then he wrecked Byron.
Bump and run.
Yeah.
Well, all right. We just won't pick a Ford in the manufacturer parlay. They are just terrible.
Well, then that wouldn't be a manufacturer parlay.
Yes,
if
it
you
could.
don't.
You could do 2.
Okay, well, sure.
Tim's and TJ, anybody that you guys think are going to do good this weekend?
I think Josh Berry could be secretly good or quietly good, I guess. I mean, he's had success there.
SVG.
He's not on my surprise list.
Eric Jones is always good here. I
He
think
is good here.
You
He
can't, you
is.
can't mention Darlington without him.
And they've actually kind of had an uptick in performance as a company.
They have
legacy. What do you think, Russell?
Would he be more of a top 10
Yeah,
pick for you?
yeah, top 10 for sure.
I'm okay with Eric Jones as a top 10. Barry's the one where I struggle with. He's got one good race here. The rest
it's
are
one.
25th or worse.
And his last name starts with a B. We can't do that.
We're avoiding that.
What about Busher? Can't pick him because it's a B
Nope.
Brian Priest could probably do good here too.
I like Busher though. I like
for a
Busher.
top 10. I like Busher for a top 10. Yeah,
He's been top 10 for the last 5.
and
At Darlington?
yeah, he's been pretty solid there.
Tim's, but will you get Busher right now is plus 2,200 to win? Do you think you'll get positive money for top 10?
I don't think so. He might be like a minus 135, which is a little pricey for a top 10 in my book.
What do you think about Priest? Does Priest has surprised a lot of people this year at tracks where you wouldn't expect him? Does he show up here?
He was strong. He had a strong start in the spring, but finished 26th. Started on the front row, was third in the first stage, then fell late.
I missed the first Darlington race.
Oh, you were not there.
Well, yeah, because I was in Florence emergency room. So,
Oh, the emergency nose job.
yeah, that's what it was. But
Are you saying that's why you finished 33rd? Like that's why Brad didn't?
I forget somebody spun out or
Finished
somebody
so
did
well.
something in front of Brad in 3 and 4, and he there was nowhere to go or whatever. Something, but his speeds were good, so I'm looking forward to getting back there and getting the race in this time.
But
and
did
seeing
you
where we end
just say that he would have avoided that if you were there? That's what I'm. wondering.
No, probably not, because starting the year, the way our years went, we hit everything. So
Except
yeah,
Victor
probably
Lane.
not. So it's probably just we need something else. I did buy a the little thing from Major League, the guys, the one guy used to buy the batter.
Jobu.
Yeah, I bought one. So, I'm gonna put it in the truck, see if we can get a win in these last 10.
So when we talk about Darlington, Denny, Reddick, Byron, those are 3 good names. I think Byron's going to have a great run in the playoffs. So I feel like, I'd love for that to start at Darlington. I think I'm going to pick him to win the championship at least out of the gate. But give me somebody you think might surprise us, Russell, that we may not consider. Chastain. who can jump
No, I
off
don't
the
like
page here?
Chastain at all.
You don't like anybody.
What
You don't
about
like-
Chase
you
Briscoe?
don't like
Won
anybody
this
but
race-
Chase
What about
Briscoe.
Chase Briscoe? Won this race last year with SHR.
There we go.
The 19 team's always been pretty good here.
I love it. Thank you, Briscoe.
Now you're excited.
Yeah, that's Denny, Byron, Reddick are just so predictable.
Well, but this is a predictable track. Like
I
this
know,
is,
and the
this
thing is
like a
called the
race
predictor. So I'm fighting uphill here, trying to make this compelling. What about Austin Dillon?
What about,
Nah.
Nothing.
Nah.
It's good for him, but it's not good like
What do you mean?
against the field.
Well, he probably averages like a 30th place finish everywhere else.
What about Kyle Busch?
Like I think this is
Kyle Busch?
Austin Dillon's like 4th best track. That's the best I can give you for Dillon.
Okay. Bowman's -5 in the playoffs right now. Does he have a
No,
chance?
this is like one of his worst tracks.
Really?
Mm.
Well, Chase
about-
Elliott at +7 in the playoffs. Is he going to be able to come out of here with some gains? Or
He's gonna
Darlington
finish
just
eighth.
sounds like it's a meat grinder for everybody but 3 or 4 guys.
Yeah, we're all done. We might as well not
Jesus.
even race.
Really?
Yeah. Where's Hocevar? Does Hocevar show back up?
Not on the predictor, but he could.
Tell me does the predictor have like a 10, top 10 or top 5? Give me some names.
What does this thing look like?
Give us
Like
a
What the does it
Cheers.
even look like?
yeah, what's a Zoltar machine or what's that thing? Does it look like that? Like her?
It predicts the whole finish of the field.
All right,
Okay,
give
well,
me the top
yeah,
10.
let's hear it.
Okay, it's Denny, William, Elliott, Reddick, Larson's your
Elliott
top 5.
is 3rd?
Yeah,
I
because
just asked you about him, and you
Yeah, but-
literally said nothing.
I said
And he's
was
on the
going to finish in
podium.
the top 10, but he's boring. He's not going to win. He's going to finish in the top
You
10.
can't. I'm not asking you to give me a character analysis. Tell me if he's going to run in the top 3.
Speechless. Like you froze him.
All right, you gave me the
predictor
top
locked
5.
up.
You gave me the
There's
top
your
5.
Briscoe, then Bell, then Keselowski, the best non-playoff guy.
Yep.
Busher, and then this one will surprise you, Ty Gibbs.
That doesn't surprise me. He was good there last year. He's been faster.
I'm surprised. All right, thank you. Elliott stands out to me as a guy where maybe you can make a little money.
What
Plus-
about Reddick? No one's mentioned Reddick.
No.
He hasn't done anything this year.
Odds wise, he's plus 700, and I don't like that for the speed he's not shown.
I feel like
Who?
he's in a void.
Reddick.
Chase Elliott's
This
plus
is a great track
1900.
for him, though.
It's
It
such a
is.
good track
low
for
grip,
Reddick.
But we
high
said that
speed, low grip track.
so many times this year, and he's
But-
not shown up.
Something's off this year.
Yeah.
All right, look, you don't have to tell me on this because you probably won't, but I'm going to go Briscoe as my Toyota. I'm going to go Elliott as my Chevy. I'm going to put Busher
2 out of 3 Bs.
as my Ford.
I don't know how you can go against Denny.
That's what Russell's looking at when he's looking on the other side of the room right there.
Denny. All right, who else? Who's your 3?
Well, it's got to be William Byron. You just said he's going to have a great playoff run.
All right, give me the Ford in your 3.
Who I think this is where it's Busch or Keselowski or Joey.
You have to pick one.
Yeah, you got to pick one, unfortunately.
Let's go Blaney.
It wasn't even in his top
Not even in your 3.
I said Blaney in the beginning, and he was like, "Nah, it's one of it. Doesn't run good here, hasn't?"
He's the second favorite, too. So.
Yeah.
He was like number 4 on his list.
Yeah,
he didn't
this
get
is-
listed earlier.
Jeez.
said-
All
Let's have
right,
fun
don't
here.
put,
We gotta-
don't talk about my 3.
Yeah,
You're gonna do this guy.
you're not even by the predictor.
You're just pulling out the top
You
of your
are.
head.
He wasn't even mentioned. I mentioned Blaney, and you're like, "Nah, it runs only one top 5 and 38
I'd say
finishes."
He doesn't run great here until the spring. Like the spring, he turned it around.
All
So
right.
now he's just gonna. All right, wait, whatever. Teach their
Got
own.
some momentum. Like I think he's going to turn it on. Here we go.
Anybody else want to do a parlay that's different, because we got to give people some alternatives.
I like the Briscoe, Byron, Logano combo. That's what I'm going with.
Briscoe,
Briscoe, Byron, Logano.
Byron.
I'll do that, but I'm gonna take the 6 instead of there because I feel like we're
I don't
gonna run
mind
good
that.
there.
Yeah, I don't mind that.
We've got 5 different parlays for people to choose from. Surely one of those is going to hit,
Has to.
so we don't look like complete idiots. All right. Let's look at some featured matchups. Blaney versus Chastain. I would probably go with Blaney here. Feeling
Yes.
pretty good about that, Russell.
Yeah.
Yep, I like Blaney.
And then Briscoe versus Reddick. I'm going to go with Briscoe. I know it's going to be a battle. Reddick's great at this racetrack.
Yeah. I think this is a heads up. I would say there's no wrong answer here.
Yeah,
I feel like Briscoe's got the edge lately, though.
I agree with
agree.
TJ.
He does. But this is a good track for Reddick.
All right, Hamlin versus Bell. I like Denny here.
No question.
And then Larson, Byron, another toss-up, but I'm going to go with Byron.
I would agree.
Yeah. All right. We've got football around the corner, and we can take a look at some bets to make, but I'll let Travis take the lead. Where you want to go with this, Travis?
Hook 'em horns.
Yep.
Oh, I knew this was coming.
Where you want to go with
It's
this,
not
Travis?
nice. So one future bet that I put, Russ is going to like this, is for Penn State to have a rushing touchdown in every game this year.
Man.
Love that.
Plus 200. I think they're going to run the ball a lot, plus their quarterback runs. But for this week, the bet that I'm going to go with is in the Notre Dame-Miami game. Jeremiah Love over 79.5 rushing yards. Minus 114. I think he's going to finally be healthy. He wasn't healthy at the end of last year.
Yeah.
I think they're going to lean on the run with the new quarterback.
All right.
Tim?
Anybody else?
Tim's got a bet.
Yeah, Texas is gonna smash Ohio State.
That was gonna be mine. You dang
Hook 'em,
right.
baby. Hook 'em.
Manning's coming out, throwing all over him.
Oh
man.
yeah.
What's the odds on that?
Plus 100. They're an underdog, actually.
It's not much of an underdog.
Not much, but
Yeah.
they're going to Ohio State though. So
I'll let him do the talking now. Do talking next
Not-
week.
what? You can hear about it on Twitter.
Going into
Oh,
no,
we'll read about it on Twitter
Yeah,
if they
exactly.
lose or win. We'll
you
know.
won't, though, because I'll be at the game, so I don't tweet when I'm at the games.
You just get on national TV with a sad face.
And then they score, and I'm happy.
All right. Thank you, FanDuel, for supporting us here at the Dale Jr. Download and our Dirty Mo Doe segment.
The Dirty Mo Doe segment was brought to you by FanDuel, the premier gaming destination in the United States.
All right, it's time for the white flag. Thank you to Safety Culture for bringing us this episode of the Dale Jr. Download. Remember, from the racetrack to the factory floor, Safety Culture is the workplace operations tool that gives companies what they need to get the job done quicker and improve every day. The teardown was live on YouTube and Twitter following the race. You'll get more from the guys later this week. Tomorrow, Jeff and Jordan interviewing playoff drivers. Tune in. The teardown.
Yep.
Will they be live?
Won't be live. We will be.
Won't be live.
We'll be posting the part 1 of the podcast Wednesday afternoon, and then
So it's gonna be like a midweek teardown.
Yep.
Awesome.
we'll have social clips out during the day too.
All right. They'll be posting it on their YouTube page and also wherever you get your podcasts. Actions Detrimental dropped on Sunday. Denny had some bad luck on Saturday.
More bad luck.
Was Denny sad?
Probably just went fishing.
Was Denny melancholy?
He was okay.
Yeah.
He did not go fishing after the race. So.
Didn't go fishing?
Were you mad?
Is he over his fishing bug?
No, he's got the itch.
Yeah. Got his back. I was out on the lake Sunday morning. Thought I saw him speeding by on his Bass Pro Shops tracker boat.
There's a good chance that man's addicted to fishing.
I think Travis
7
was
o'clock
more
in the
upset.
morning going out to the honey hole.
He was more upset than Denny was.
Nah.
I saw you tweeting about it.
Tweeting does not mean I'm upset.
What'd you tweet?
Yeah.
What did you tweet after the race?
Well, the race sucked.
I wonder if Denny has ever tried a topwater lure,
Jitterbug?
a spinner,
Mm.
something like that. He would really enjoy it.
Denny's taking his fishing all over the place now. He's fishing in Daytona now.
Yep.
I
He
mean,
didn't catch any fish down Daytona though.
it's harder in the ocean.
No, they were in Lake Lloyd.
Is there fish in Lake Lloyd?
Yeah, little bass.
Door Bumper Clear dropped on Monday. They were joined by Jeff Gluck. How was that?
It's a good episode.
Yeah.
Went long.
What bombshell did Jeff Gluck have for us?
Well, that's a Bianchi bomb. Gluck doesn't drop the bombs.
All right. Well, what thing did Jeff say that was intriguing?
I don't know.
Nothing. Tommy threw his papers, I saw.
I think he does it every week.
Oh. Just even when nothing happens,
Yeah, I think Tommy's always
he just throws his papers.
fired up and throwing papers.
On Wednesday, my guest interview with Chase Briscoe will be out. I'm looking forward to talking to Chase. Also on Wednesday, Herman Schrader and Speed Street. Another episode of the glorious Speed Street with Connor Daly. Thursday, another episode of Bless Your Heart with my wife, Amy. And boy, I think we have a nugget of, it depends on, I wouldn't say it's good or bad. It's just kind of a thing that happened.
I think that's my favorite show now.
I'm anxious to do this one this week because I think I'm going to, I got myself in a little trouble this morning.
Oh,
Not good.
Not good at all. Not good. On Friday, Dirty 30 comes out. So Dirty 30, it's a new recap show, and we know we have a lot of shows, right? You don't have time to listen to every single show, maybe, but we're putting all of the highlights from those shows into a 30-minute clip every Friday. How has that been received?
I think people are liking it. And, and the first couple weeks it's just been, Dirtier Guests and Bless Your Heart, but we'll start rolling in the other Actions Detrimental if they have something good, which they always do. DBC
if they have something good.
So,
well, the Dirty 30 is just kind of the quick 30-minute recap of all the highlights from the week. Check it out every Friday. And then, that's the show.